My name is Clara and I come from a family of with mental health issues, and so my life's basically been surrounded by people who have issues. I thought I was okay and that I had survived it, but when I was about 26 I got up one morning to go to my job. I was a school teacher and I went to open the front door and I couldn't. I started crying and I don't think I stopped crying for about 3 months. So I had reached a point where I needed to speak to someone, and so I did. During that process I discovered personal development, and so my journey has been a personal development journey, starting from having counselling and then going to through a program called Changing Tracks, which looked at different ways of looking at your circumstances. So I was a rescuer, and then at other times I was the victim, and then at other times I was the perpetrator. So really understanding and becoming aware of that was really important, and through that I discovered that I needed to ensure that I looked after myself well, that I did things that I really enjoyed, and that my social connections, especially my friends, became really important. And those social connections had to be really important because they were more important than my family. Because my whole life I've been really looking for the perfect family that I thought my family should be, and that doesn't exist. So my friends basically became my support system, and so if they were doing something like water skiing, I would go water skiing. If they were playing basketball, I would play basketball. If they were doing something else or going to the movies or whatever, so I kept myself occupied, because I found if I kept myself occupied I was distracted, and that way I wouldn't focus on what I didn't have and on what was happening around me with the issues in my family, which I'm not going to go into because it's huge. And so that was my coping mechanism. So I'm nearly 60, and yeah, because I will turn 60 in November. So my journey of situational depression started at 26, and in that time lifelong learning has been my key. I have tried any type of personal development that I could find. What I've been finding the most important was to journal when I was in trouble. I don't journal all the time, but I journal when I'm in trouble. I listen to my favourite music. I go out into nature a lot and spend a lot of time in nature because that's where I feel really comfortable. I also listen to podcasts and TED Talks. I learn as much about what my journey has been as I can, and my reason for being around and my purpose is if I can just save someone else from a journey like mine, then I think I've done my job. And that's me.